It's a nuts?
Maple, bacon, and walnut cookie.
Oh my
That's
God!
right. All
Did
of
you
your
hear
dreams
that?
are coming true right now. All right, so we're gonna start with our dry ingredients over here. I have 2 cups of flour. To that, I'm gonna add in some baking soda, a little baking powder, and some salt. Normally, we go kind of heavy on the salt when we bake. We both like to do that.
Yeah, we both like that.
But since we're using bacon, the bacon's pretty salty, so we're not gonna go as heavy as we normally would.
Another source of your salt.
Right. So that's mixed up. Let's come over here and talk about our rendering of bacon. Now, when I render bacon, I like to start it in a cold pan. We throw our bacon into the cold pan, and then you turn on the heat. You let it heat up nice and slow. And that way...
You want to collect all the dripping.
Yeah, we want the fat because I replaced half of the butter with the bacon fat, so we're
Right.
gonna get an extra bacony flavor. So we're gonna add our bacon down into our mixer. So we put the fat and the bacon into the mixer with 1 stick of melted butter. So then to this, I'm gonna add in our sugar. We have a mixture of white sugar.
And brown sugar.
And brown sugar, some light brown sugar. We're gonna add that into there. All right. So while that mixes up, we're gonna add in 1 egg. And this is a kind of a fun ingredient that I just have noticed is popping up in the grocery stores. This is maple extract.
Yep.
So it's basically just like maple syrup cooked down a lot until you just have
Intensified.
That, yeah.
Nice.
Smell that. It smells amazing.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It smells like an IHOP.
It does. Or I used to work at the competition, the Howard Johnsons.
So then we're gonna start adding in our dry ingredients. Now, whenever I add in the dry ingredients, this looks like a little crazy to use a spoon and just do it little by little, but this prevents that giant cloud. All right, so that goes in. And then I have our chopped walnuts. Those are toasted and chopped if you want to add those into there.
Yeah, sure.
And let's turn that mixture up so the dough comes together. So this cookie recipe is a little different too because we're actually gonna chill it. But what I like to do to make things a little bit easier, and so then you can make them ahead of time, or make your dough ahead of time, is we're gonna make a giant cookie log. You know how
Gotcha.
you can like buy the logs in the store at the cookie dough?
Right.
We're just gonna make that today.
My sister used to open the end of it and just kind of gnaw on it.
Yeah. You make
So you
really
want
good
me to just
chip
roll
ups.
this in a
Yeah, so you roll it up and then you pop it either into the fridge or the freezer. So then you just slice that up. Do you want to slice a couple of those onto the... Yeah.
Well, let's get it out
like
of here
about half-inch slices.
Right. Pull it out of the paper first. You want to manage the bacon?
Yeah. It's getting a little crazy over here. And then I'm gonna pop them onto our sheet tray. I just have a little bit of parchment on there so they don't stick. And then we're gonna throw those in the oven, and I think we're gonna decorate them right after this. And we're gonna see the chocolate sandwich.
We're going to decorate them?
Yes. We're not done
I did
yet.
not know that.
We're not done yet.
Wow. All right, get those in the oven, Grant. We'll finish up the cookies when we come back. Maple bacon cookies. And I did not wait for the frosting or the flourishes that he's about to prepare. I was hoovering that bacon cookie as soon as we went to commercial. It's delicious. I'm literally drooling, and I might have spit a little bit of bacon towards the camera. Grant, you'll have to take it over from here. I'm drooling.
Absolutely. Yes, you don't have to do this part. You could just eat them like that if you want. They're totally good like that.
They are delicious.
But the reason I wanted to frost them is because one of my favorite things when I was a kid was to eat those, the maple donuts, the maple bars from the grocery store.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give them that kind of like glaze, that frosting on top. So in here I just have a cup of powdered sugar. Into that we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of cream to make it nice and creamy, and then some more maple syrup.
I'm from upstate New York. We roll deep with maple syrup.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And then we're
Us
just gonna
and the
whisk that up.
Canadians, we're like maple syrup loving people.
Oh, I think there's Canadians in the audience.
Here, you need a little more maple syrup, Grant.
Throw it in there. There we go. Look at that.
It should be extra mapley. This is of my people.
So then we just whisk that up and get all those little lumps out. Or if you don't have time to get all the lumps out, you just leave them in. That's fine. It's just sugar.
Now it looks rustic, like
Yeah.
I made it. Don't worry, Grant.
And then instead of like frosting them, I just like to dunk them. Like
Dunk
give
them,
them a little
and then
kiss.
give them a little, like this in the walnuts.
And then you just give it a little dip into our walnuts. Boom!
Maple goodness.
How fun is that? These cookies.
Maple goodness.
These cookies are nuts.
Oh! Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.